students, my name is Nishtha Gupta and I am your biology teacher. Today we are going to start with the first chapter of biology, that is the living world. Under this chapter, what we are going to discuss is, there are many topics. First one is the basic characteristics of living organisms. Second, we will discuss about systematics. Few terminologies like systematics, taxonomy, nomenclature, what are the rules of nomenclature, and at the end we will discuss about the 7 categories of taxonomy. So let's start with the first topic, that is characteristics of living organisms. Living organisms possess few basic characteristics, like first one is nutrition. Each and every living organism takes food. The intake of food is called nutrition. In order to survive, each and every living organism has to take some food. Next comes metabolism. Metabolism is the defining characteristics of all the living organisms. Next is cell structure. We have studied since our foundation classes that the body of an organism is made up of cells. So each and every living organism is having a cell structure. Growth. Each and every living organism grows. We have seen ourselves growing since our birth and till now. Reproduction. Organisms of same species interbreed with each other to produce offsprings that are fertile. Movement. Each and every living organism moves. Like I am moving from here to there. So I have moved exactly the same way living organisms move. Next comes systematics. What is systematics? Look children, before we have to start studying about details of any topic, we should know the definition of that particular topic. Why is it so? Because the definition defines us or clears us what basically we are going to study in any topic. Systematics is description of external morphological characters of plant or living organisms. Example, morphological characters of root, stem, leaves and flowers. So under systematics, we are going to discuss the morphological characteristics. Next comes the term taxonomy. Taxonomy is the term that was coined by A.P. Candolle. So we are going to write taxonomy. Okay, what is taxonomy? Before that, let's see who coined the term taxonomy. A.P. Candolle. This is the scientist who coined this term. But a very important fact, father of taxonomy is known as Carolus Linnaeus. So, Linnaeus is known as the father of taxonomy and father of Indian taxonomy is known as H. Santacco. So, just remember these 3 scientists. What is taxonomy now? The study of principles and procedures. Look, these are the principles and procedures of identification, nomenclature and classification. And classification of organisms. So, these are the principles and nomenclature. What is nomenclature? If we look at the term nomas, so nomenclature is giving distinct scientific names to whom we are going to give this distinct scientific names to various structures various structures. We have used the term structures as well here. Various structures including living organisms for what? For their identification. Why we have defined this system of nomenclature? This question might come to your mind. Actually, let's see. If there are 7 scientists of 7 different countries sitting together and they have to give name to a plant. So, what they will do? Each and every scientist will coin a name of his own language for that plant. So, what will happen? This will create chaos. This will create confusion as to what name to call this plant. So, in order to remove this confusion, a very defined system of nomenclature was being framed, and under this system, Latin words are used in order to give names to plants and organisms. Okay, so there are some rules of nomenclature. We are going to discuss those rules here. Before discussing rules, I am going to tell you about 3 types of nomenclatures. There are 3 types of nomenclatures: polynomial nomenclature, binomial nomenclature, and trinomial nomenclature. Polynomial nomenclature, the old one. Under this, what happens? You have to give a big name to a plant or an organism or an animal. How is it? So, for example, if you have to give name to a red rose, then how you will call it? In polynomial nomenclature, you will call it a flower with red petals and green sepals having thorns in its stem. Such a big name, isn't it? So, in order to give name to a plant, we have to classify all the characteristics of that plant. So, this system was not accepted. Then came the polynomial system, trinomial system. Under trinomial system, 3 names are given: the genus, the specific name, and the subspecific name. But that is also not accepted. Now, which nomenclature is accepted is the binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is the one in which we have to give 2 names to one organism. One is the genus and one is species. For example, if we give name to mango tree, then it is called Mangifera indica. This system was also given by Carolus Linnaeus, and Carolus Linnaeus is known as the father of binomial nomenclature as well. So, there has to be some rules. Okay, children? There have to be some rules for giving name to a plant or organism. Why? To have distinct, unique, specific names. These rules are called ICBN. International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. So, under this ICBN, few rules are given. First, the name of each and every organism should have 2 exception is here. Exception is here. That is Riccia petha potensis. It's having 13 letters, so this is an exception here. Next is, the name of the scientist is written at the end of the name of the organism or plant, but the name of the scientist is written in Roman. For example, we are taking the example of Magnifera indica here. So, the name of the scientist, Linnaeus gave it the name, so name of the scientist is written at the end. Then comes, if some scientists have given some wrong name to the plant, then what will happen? We will write the correct name of that plant. In bracket, we will write the scientist who gave it a wrong name, and then we will write the name of the scientist who has given it the cadences. In bracket, Lin and Salisbury is out of the bracket. So, its name was given incorrectly by Linnaeus and Salisbury named it correctly. What Linnaeus called it? He called it Pinus cadences. Okay? So these are the rules. Now, moving to the next section, that is 7 taxonomical categories. 7 taxonomical categories have been given in order to classify, in order to describe an organism. These 7 categories are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Let's take an example. I guess I should take an example of human being, an example of us before I'm moving to the next example, because it's good to know about us. So, we are animals. So the kingdom is Animalia here. I'm talking about man. I'm talking about us. Then phylum. Phylum of man is Chordata. Class is Mammalia. You know we all are mammals. Order is Primata. Based on different characteristics, these names are given. These subdivisions, these categories are given. Family is Hominidae. Genus is Homo. And species is Sapiens. So this is how man is classified under 7 taxonomical categories. Let's take one more example. That is an example of a plant. If I am going to take example of a plant, mango. I have been talking about mango throughout this lecture. So I am going to take the example. Because it's a plant, so kingdom is Plantae. And then comes the phylum Angiospermae. Angio. Class, it's a dicot, so we will call it Dicotyledone. Now comes the order. Look, the differences are there. Differences are here, and now comes the order. Serpentales. Family. Family of mango is Anacardiaceae. And at the end comes Magnifera, the genus, and indica, the species. So this is how a plant is classified under 7 taxonomical categories. So this was all about the lecture of today. In our today's lecture we have discussed various taxonomies, categories, nomenclature and revising from the back, systematics and the